Hello friends, welcome back to my Media Museum. My name is Will, and we've made it up to part 34 of our A to Z 45 RPM vinyl records collection. And we're picking up where we left off in the last episode. We had a number of Paul McCartney ones with Wings and Without, and here we have Paul and Linda McCartney from the Ram album doing Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert. And the B-side being Too Many People, which isn't a song that I'm as familiar with as the Uncle Albert one. And we got us a nice cool Kmart price tag there, 69 cents back in the day when that was originally purchased by somebody. And next up, we got a really great one-hit wonder here. Paul Nichols, well, he's a one-hit wonder to me. Heaven on the 7th Floor, 1977. Yeah. And the B-side to that one was a song called Do You Want My Love? So, moving on, we've got a few Paul Simons here. And I wanted to mention, too, if you haven't watched episode 33 and you wanted to see some more Paul McCartney 45s, there's a number of them in that last episode, so you might want to skip back and watch that if you haven't already done so. Now we've got a number of Paul Simons to look at. We're starting off here with Late in the Evening off of his One Trick Pony album, going back to 1980. And the B-side to this one is How the Heart Approaches What It Yearns. There's a long title for a song that I don't know the tune to, but I most definitely know Late in the Evening. I would assume most of you out there do. Next up, we got a really great one here with Kodachrome. Mama, don't take my Kodachrome away. When I think back on all the stuff I learned in high school. Loves Me Like a Rock being the B-side on this one. And it's interesting because I also have another copy here with Loves Me Like a Rock, but you'll notice this one's credited to Paul Simon with the Dixie Hummingbirds. This one runs 3:32 seconds, whereas the previous one had a timing of 3:30, so I'm not entirely sure if this is the exact same recording or not. This one notes that it's from the There Goes Rhymin' Simon album back in 1973, but this one, while it states 1973, it doesn't give you the album, and it doesn't, just say Paul Simon like the other one. So I'm really not sure if this is just a re-release of the same thing, or possibly, well, the Kodachrome one was, okay, this is a re-release because it's back-to-back hits. So that Love Me Like a Rock there is a back-to-back hit one. So this is probably the original 45 that came out at the time that the song was first released. Learn How to Fall being on the B-side of this copy. So got a little bit off there. I really meant to clarify that the first one there was a back-to-back hit reissue. And here's an interesting price tag. Don't know what store that came from, but 65 cents. Probably sometime in the 70s. And we got Paul Simon doing Mother and Child Reunion on this one. Mother and Child Reunion. And Paranoid Blues being on the B-side of this one. Yeah, very cool song as well. Next up, we've got Slip Sliding Away. And you'll notice this is taken from the greatest hits. So whether it's identical to the album version or remixed for the greatest hits album or whatever, this 45 is not the original Slip Sliding Away 45 that came out when the song first was released. This is off of the and promoting the greatest hits album. So B-side being Something So Right. You got a double A-side actually here because both of them were it's greatest hits album. They're all hits. I do have two copies, but I really did not see anything different between the two, so no reason to look at that second copy any closer than that. Here's a really good one, but it's also a Hall of Fame, so once again we're looking at a re-release copy. Still Crazy After All These Years. Paul Simon did a lot of great work after him and Art Garfunkel parted ways. There's a lot, about as many good Paul Simon songs as there were Simon and Garfunkel songs out there. And this one being a Hall of Fame, it's a double A side. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, which was another really great Paul Simon song. They must be 50 ways to leave your lover. Slip out the back, Jack. And now we got a picture sleeve from Paul Simon. It's not nothing really too exciting. You Can Call Me Al, which is a great song. And the backside's kind of cool because it does give you the lyrics to the song, which is kind of nice to have, especially on the 45. You bought it, you can go home and listen to it and follow the words. But here is the label. You Can Call Me Al, Call Me Al, from Graceland, which was one of his really huge albums, if not his best album ever. But Gumboots being off the B side of this one. And there's clearly marked B, but who would mistake it? Plus you got a picture sleeve telling you it's You Can Call Me Al being the A side. So no guessing there on that one. And then for you Peter Townsend / Who fans out there, we've got a really cool picture sleeve shot there from the Face to Face solo release. And this one's kind of cool because it's got a alternate mix, I believe, was on the Face to Face song. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's the next one up that we want to look at that we're going to talk about that. But so this is from the album White City, which was a very good solo album for Mr. Townsend. And here we've got the Face to Face on the A side and the B side of Hiding Out. Alright, now the next one up here, this is the one that I was talking about that's got some special stuff to it here. But again, it's his solo work, Give Blood, which is not a song of his that I know, just going off the title. But you'll see here that this is an edited version. It does not say that on the label of the 45, so I'm assuming it's varying from the album version in some way. So that makes this 45 a little bit special. But what makes it really special is the Magic Bus down here. You've got a live recording of him doing Magic Bus without the Who. So that makes this one really cool. And you'll see now here, looking at the label, the Give Blood, it doesn't say anything about this being an edited version. It doesn't. Oh, yes, it does. I'm sorry. Edit of Atco LP White City. So, how it varies, we don't know. It's not giving us a. Yeah, it's 3:20, the timing. So, I'd have to pull the info up on the album version and see just how much difference we've got there in timings. But, Magic Bus here. It's clearly listed as recorded live at Brixton Academy. It's not giving us a date. But you will notice it's interesting because it says performed by Pete Townsend with David Gilmour and Deep End. And I'm sure you know who David Gilmour is. He was the lead guitarist for Pink Floyd. Actually, wasn't with them on the first album, but he came in, I believe it was on the second album when David Gilmour joined up and was with them. Even after Roger Waters left, David Gilmour kept it going. So here we go, Peter Frampton, Baby I Love Your Way Every Day, from Frampton Comes Alive, which was definitely his 15 minutes of fame there. I know he did quite well and had a lot of other stuff going on, but Frampton Comes Alive is definitely the album that he's most well known for. And a B-side being It's a Plain Shame. Both of those are really good songs, and I'm sure you would know them because that live album was basically a greatest hits leading up to that point, which, well, you could say that of any live album, I suppose. And this one label looks really bad. I know I've got a better copy of this that I probably already filmed in one of the mixed boxes, and put up on the channel. But signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. And the B-side of this one being Rocky's Hot Club, which was off the I'm In You album, which was not counting Frampton Comes Alive. I'm In You was definitely his biggest pinnacle of his career. That would be his biggest solo studio album, with Frampton Comes Alive obviously being all live versions. So Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel. Kind of an interesting picture sleeve. Interesting looking hammer there. And just the back is just plain white, but it does give us a little bit of information here about the song. And this is one of those that's got that, you know, the label looks perfect from the side, but you get it flat with the light shining across it, and that glue has bled up through that label, made it difficult to read. But there's Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel with the B-side of Don't Break This Rhythm. And both those labels just look horrible. I've seemed to have ran into quite a few of those recently. But, you know, like I said, you look at it, it's not stacker wear. If you get it in the right just light, you don't see it at all. But straight on, that glue bleeds through and makes it look rather bad. Alright, so here we've got an epic sleeve with a 20th century vinyl, and it's Peter McCon, The Right Time of the Night for Making Love. And the B-side, Do You Want to Make Love? Because, you know, it's the right time of the night, apparently. So this is going to wrap up episode 34 for us. Come on back for more and more 45s to show you. Have a great day. We'll see you again.